Hey everyone, this is Austin, and welcome back to another review of Okasa Online. I apologize for the previous review. The algorithm didn't really like me for some reason. I just made a really good joke, in my opinion. It's on Twitter if you want the unlisted link, or it's in my Discord if you want to find it, if you want to catch up. But nonetheless, this episode ended on a cliffhanger, and it reminded me of Demon Slayer, so I was very upset about that. Just like, come on, just give us the info that we need. But we see in the beginning Mamako filling out a questionnaire, kind of like how Makun had to, and he's overhearing this, and all of a sudden she says that he said that she's the best, while he's actually the one that set it up, and we see Medi's in the group, and Makun realizes that Mamako is typing, capital letters. It shows that how bad she is with technology. It's kind of like me with Discord, not gonna lie, but Porter actually calls out that there are monsters coming, and Makun thinks this is his chance to show off. But, Mamako just wipes them out, and Medi asked if the whole battles are like that in the party, and Wise goes, yes. And we see Medi all of a sudden, out of nowhere, going into like a yandere episode, and I'm going to call it that, or freak out throughout this, so there's your key already. But it's good to see that, something that just happened isn't going to go away that easily. It kind of gives it, in a sense, a believable, realistic perspective on stuff. Mother's Basement must love that one. But nonetheless, I just really love that, Medi now understands what Makun was talking about, saying, oh, my mother doesn't allow me to do that much. And, Makun sees that he now needs to get stronger. He needs to be better, and all of a sudden a paper with a tower dungeon on it, a very heavy reference to Damachi, and flies on his face, and anyone that completes the tower gets their wish granted, and that's kind of like a crazy thing to happen. And I know Makun called it a scam, and his intuition wasn't too off, to say the least. And the tower is quite interesting. It kind of reminded me of the Damachi tower. I wouldn't say an Ancrad from SAO, because it's a bit more different. This is more of a simple design. I know they're trying to do their own thing, but I like the references to other animes. There's certain animes that do that, like Hayate the Combat Butler. I love that series. I highly suggest it if you haven't watched it yet. But yeah. So they arrive at the port, and they kind of look for the tower, and of course they find it, to say the least. And we see that Mamako hopes that there's an elevator in it, but Makun just says no, because that wouldn't be dungeon-like. And Mamako understands us dungeon crawlers having to go through a lot of floors, and just, not doing so well in one, and just, had to be restarting everything. It doesn't work that way. But we see a bunch of mothers come up to Makun and ask, him for help to find their sons. They haven't come back yet. They just wanted to clear the dungeon. And Makun points out that she is nearby and needs to actually explain and do her job. And I love that, Wise tries to use her magic to res, sure, but Medi just comes in and steals the res. Kind of a hilarious moment there. But Wise gets mad, the yada yada. Shira is actually proud of holding the record for the most deaths in the game. That was hilarious, and I couldn't stop laughing. And we see that the mothers actually went to her first, and she doesn't even know what's going on with the tower, so Makun just wants to clear the tower and become the true hero. And, we had this little fantasy moment of him like, yes, this is my moment to rise up and to be a hero. I won't have my mother in the way. I can do it, kind of thing. And, this is like Cosma, and we have Aqua coming out of nowhere, which is Wise, to come and shatter his dreams with her new skill, quotation marks, future sight, or just intuition. She tells that basically Mamako is gonna, clear everything, and she's gonna end up stealing his wish with something ridiculous, and Mamako reinforces his fear, and yes, really, really, the freshest eggs for breakfast. That's what she wants. And they, of course, have to enter the dungeon to scatter out, because Shira just needs to know information. She's the informant, and I just really like her. I'm not gonna lie, she's one of my favorite characters out of everyone. But they enter the dungeon, and the tower isn't supposed to be for solo players. And heavy reference to Kirito from SAO, I love that. But they need to work with other test players and NPCs to clear the tower. And of course they run into spiders, and Mamako actually refuses to kill the spiders because you aren't supposed to kill any you see in the morning. It's supposed to be a good luck thing, and she makes friends with them. Yeah, she's that powerful. And they go further in, and Makun finds an HP recovery square, and of course Porta does her own thing, finds the exit key, and Wise decides that she's going to step on a square that has a book on it, and she stomps on it so hard, but she's very unfortunate. Every time she tries to do something, she just doesn't have the luck for it, and she ends up getting sealed completely, and we see Medi kind of have another episode and of being freaking out or happy or yandere, and she is now happy that she's out of the picture, so she can show off, and I just had a good laugh at that. And we see, Mamako steps on a square that was heavily suggested by Shira, and it causes everything to go up, and she shows good old Makun the goods underneath, to say the least, and poor Makun, and in reality, the wind actually allowed Mamako to go up to the next level, which, it's a really useful square in a dungeon to have a shortcut in a sense, so it was a double-edged sword for him. But Makun is defeated, and he says it's a nightmare for him, and Shira comes in and says, someday you'll understand how wonderful they are. And he just goes, that's not what I meant. And that's why I love Shira, I'm not going to lie. But anyways, we see a good new girl coming up. I wouldn't say good, but she kind of starts freaking out and yelling at them. And it is, I'm going to butcher her name in the beginning like Medi, but Amata, the betrayer of mothers. And she's a part of a group of kids that rebelled against their mothers. We find out where the messy kids went now, and we see that Amata is actually scared of Mamako, and she's kind of an airhead, to say the least, and she tries to escape from, Mamako because, she's the all-powerful Mamako kind of thing, and we see that she has a kind of lasting effect on everyone, and obviously, she trips again and busts her butt. Kind of reminds me of working in the snow. I always do that. But, anyways, a bunch of guys actually came to save her and take her away, and Shira thinks they've kind of learned enough about the whole dungeon and that they should probably leave now. I'm like, yeah, it's probably a good idea. That poor girl's been embarrassed so badly, Amata. But anyways, we see that Shira tells them that this isn't an in-game event. This is actually a serious problem, and it kind of begs the question of what's going on here kind of thing. And apparently there's been someone trying to cause problems between families in game, and I'm kind of going to make a theory, did she cause the problems to Wise and Medi kind of thing, or is that just an isolated incident itself? But we see that they want to get their wish granted, and Maku thinks it's going to be bad, so he has the whole thing of bad guys versus good guys. Maku wants to stop them, but Mamako wants them to save the kids to go back to their mother. Wise agrees, along with everyone else, that they should just get the kids back to their mothers because it would be easier to clear the dungeon. And Wise thinks that they need more people to get the lost kids, and Shira suggests, making a guild kind of thing and recruiting people. They arrive at the guild, and it's very broken down, and I love how Mamako picks the name, and Makun does not see it, and the guild's name is With Mommy, and the last two letters is capitalized because, what Maku taught her about capitalized just really worked out and it bit him. I just had a good laugh at that. But anyways, the building's seen better days, obviously, and we see that, Maku's still asleep, and kind of see this interesting thing of, him being awoken by his mother. And he refused to wake up, so Mamako gave him a little kiss, which caused her to use another skill somehow. Mothers wake up in front of everyone, and it can actually bring someone apparently out of a coma. And they eat breakfast together. Makun finishes and almost goes to the floor, and Shira gives everyone a gift and for starting the guild. And it's maid outfits. And obviously Shira goes back to find more information. And Porta is the most cutest one of all of them. And I just love it. And of course, Medi's the best looking one. We don't have to say it. But I just want to say Medi is a big savage in this episode. And she just doesn't have any chill. But Makun also got an outfit. Makun forbidden Mamako from wearing it for own his, mental health. And the girls get mad at him for that. And they're actually going to go and repair the building. So they head out to buy materials for the repairs. And we see Porter just really happy to be there. That place really reminded me, if you are, I don't know if you have a Home Depot near you, but that's kind of what it reminded me of. I was just like, I've been in that place too many times. But nonetheless, I just really want to take a little moment to appreciate how adorable Porta is, because I think she honestly is the most useful one, that even though she can't fight. And yeah, just we need a Porta awareness moment in this episode, well, this review. So yeah, respect her. But anyways, all jokes aside, we see that Mamako is actually finishing cleaning up Makun's bedroom, and Wise asks the question why she's going that far for him, and we kind of see Mamako talk about the fear of losing Makun. She doesn't want to, because after seeing what happened to the other kids, and someone shows up at the building, and this is kind of where it all starts to go downhill really fast, and we see Porta actually finishes shopping after Makun just is questioning what is his role. He's not the hero, he's just a person that's carrying everything. And we see actually at the shop that Amanta is there also, and Medi just comes out of nowhere with her mean streak and just makes her cry. And Amanta tells that Makun that she sent an assassin to their base, and Medi thinks it's not going to be an issue since it's Mamako. It's a Mamako. Then we see Wise actually show up to report that Mamako is actually going to lose. I'm like, this isn't real. And just I see this little moment of Makun just kind of like freaking out, like, oh, I actually got to do something. And it kind of shows that the relationship has improved since the beginning, and it kind of shows a progress report in the sense of what the game's actually doing. And I'm just going to say that preview for the next episode, a big cliffhanger. Come on, man. I gotta wait now a whole week. I'm going to be playing Borderlands 3. No. But anyways, guys, thank you for watching. And I'm going to be honest, Demon Slayer is amazing. I just wanted to put that in there. But another announcement about something that you probably would care about, I put it in the community tab. I'm going to have a Shield Hero Bad Takes coming up. And it's not going to be this week, it's going to be next week. I think on Wednesday, if I'm not mistaken, or Tuesday. But it's a special one for Season 2 and Season 3. Of course, I am slowly going through it because it's painful to go through some of those bad takes, to say the least. But anyways, guys, honestly, thank you for watching. Comment, subscribe, like, dislike, whatever you want to do. I'll catch you guys later. This has been Austin, and I'm signing out. Peace.